Fucking nailed it.
And we went for a swim.
Is somebody still always down? Sounds like an issue. Why are you sleeping?
I don't remember if I was down.
Look at your health. Is it below 0?
So that's how it works.
Is it in the negative? It sounds like an issue.
This is fine.
Let's take a look because I don't remember.
Don't worry. I brought some flex tape.
Okay. So we'll pick up pretty much where we left off last time. The combat has just ended. You have you have some time to sort of heal your wounds, see to administer any sort of immediate medical aid. I don't know what sort of state everyone's in terms of hit points.
I got 13.
You're fine. You're good. You got this.
1.
I'm bloodied, but
I'm at full HP. I think.
That's suspicious.
I wasn't down anyways. I have no idea.
On, I feel something bad. I forgot that my lightning damage is a D6 now instead of a D4.
Oh shit!
Last session I only used D4s.
Should have made all the difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
The average of 1 damage more.
Yeah. So, you sort of pick yourselves back after you spend a few minutes just sort of collecting your thoughts, seeing to any sort of immediate medical issue. And after that period of time, you notice that the cellar door and the ladder descending down to the bottoms of the temple are still open. You sort of listen for a moment, but you don't seem to hear any noise coming out from within. What would you like to do?
let's go investigate.
Shouldn't we? I mean,
I am leaking.
everyone? Could we have a short rest to regain our strength and then follow them to investigate?
Do you wish to heal the town guard first?
What? The town guard?
There's town guard.
The town guard? We're in a town, remember?
Trust these fiends.
There
Could be
was a
demons
town
too.
guard.
Yes, there's the door outside.
Oh, you mean call the town guard?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said heal the town guard.
No.
Yes, I actually thought you said that as well. I'm like, where are they? I don't see them here.
Call them over to get a grip on the situation.
What if they're demons too?
Yeah, I think.
And we are dead.
I think we should plunder first, then ask for help.
Yeah, plundering a holy temple. I'm sure that will go great.
Yeah.
A demon temple.
Mm-hmm. This is cursed.
All right, you guys go in. I'll keep watch.
We take a short rest first.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
So,
Sure.
you spend about 10 minutes of your time just sort of recuperating. There's plenty of seats nearby, and you kind of just sort of lay on out and take a few minutes. So, you can spend any hit dice that you see fit. And as this is sort of going on, you begin to hear sort of calls coming down below into this basement. Seems to be
Oh wait, that's the wrong roll.
a single individual, male. You probably guess somewhere sort of mid. He seems to just be calling out from the basement, going, "Is anyone there?"
Wow, I gained 40 hit.
I'd say yes. There are people up here.
We need to finish a short rest first.
Just gonna stand up here. Don't mind us. Just need a minute.
Okay.
I am fully restored,
Nice.
ready for.
Are you at full power?
Well, I mean, I have some spell slots that I would have liked to regain, but I only regain them from a lot.
Sad times.
Should have been a warlock.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 10 minutes goes by, you see to your immediate wounds. You're feeling a little bit more human once again, and ready to descend down. So, who's going and who's staying up here to keep watch?
I will go.
Aren't we?
Oh, wait, I
aren't we
can't see.
all gonna go together anyway?
Okay.
Or
I say
What-
VMAX
what are
should
we
go
keep-
first.
what are
I
we
should go
keeping
first?
watch for?
VMAX
Well,
should definitely go first.
I did think I said I prepared a torch. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll go down first.
Okay, so you look on down the fairly rickety ladder, but it seems like it will hold your weight just fine. But as you sort of look on down, it is pitch black in there. At which point you take a torch, you give it a light, and you can see that the ladder descends down about 10 to 15 feet.
Yes, I go down.
Okay.
I will follow.
When it loads.
Marvelous music.
I love dungeons.
This blood is sponsored by Photo Bucket.
Is it? It actually is. You have to zoom it real quick.
Post, share, store.
Damn, I didn't know Photobucket had this much of an impact on D.
Mm-hmm. They're a great sponsor.
The bucket's full of photos.
So you descend down into a fairly sort of narrow and basic room. You sort of look about, and there's a few odd tables scattered here and there, but it looks like there's a thick layer of dust on most. There seems to be a single tunnel that heads eastward, at which point it splits in two different directions.
I will go left.
Okay. So you make your way leftwards, and you sort of now look down to a further room far. A very cold air sort of sweeps past your face, unnaturally cold. And as you sort of look down, the only thing that you're able to see is a single stone pedestal with a large black-like orb sitting atop it.
Don't touch your.
Touch the butt.
Okay. I approach the orb,
Okay.
and I would like to do an investigation check on the pedestal.
What are you trying to hope to achieve?
That there's something written on top of it.
Okay, make an investigation check.
6.
Okay, you see nothing. Looks to be a stone pedestal, fairly ornate in design, but definitely quite outlandish. Not what you've seen before.
This is a dark omen.
Okay. I'm not trained in arcane.
Okay,
But can I do something on the orb?
what would you like to do?
No, can't.
Saying I would like to do something doesn't really. What would you like to do?
Ejaculate all
I would
over it.
like to get secret hidden information about the orb.
I mean, you could try. Actually, no. I'd say you're probably going to need to be proficient in this. So no. If anyone's proficient with either religion or arcane, they could attempt to make.
I am not.
No.
Who knows what it is?
Those are all intelligence
I-
rolls. What's that
I am
madness?
proficient in religion.
Jesus Christ.
You are?
Oh, wow.
Somehow.
That's enough.
That's a natural 20. So that's
Nice.
22 total.
So somehow, some way, Z, you recognize this orb. It's made from a very sort of polished blacker material that you recognize to be demonite. As for the orb itself, you can see a number of abyssal runes carved across its surface. And while you haven't seen one yourself previously, you recognize this as an orb of scrying that is able to communicate across far distances, usually with a specific entity.
Okay. Can I read the abyssal runes?
You can, yeah. So, you begin reading the abyssal runes, and you get the impression that whatever entity this is connected with seems to be from the Desolate Void. And I'll say, since you got a natural 20 on your check, the Desolate Void is apparently the many worlds and planes that were consumed by demons. Specifically, Kurzumoth, the bringer of chaos.
Kurzumoth.
The lord of all demons.
Curse him off.
I say we should probably leave this. Contains powerful magics.
It is cursed. It's your call what you want to do with it. You look around the remainder of the room. Like I say, it's unnaturally cold in here, and the thing seems to be giving off cold energy. There's sort of ice crystals formed around the stonework and whatnot. But otherwise, there seems to be a couple of piles of bones with dried blood across the ground. But that's really all you're able to see in here. There doesn't seem to be anything else of substance.
So, can we use this to make a refrigerator?
Potentially, yeah.
Ah, because Rogue, did you share this information with the rest of the party?
Just that it contains powerful magic and probably should.
Okay. Because my suggestion would be that we go give it. We let Bright Spark. No, that's not right.
Yeah. What's his name?
I keep thinking that I'm just calling random names, and I keep apparently doing the right name.
Oh, Amethyst Bright Spark.
Okay. We could take it to him.
Canada.
He might give us money for it.
No Dutch.
Yeah, touching it's probably gonna be bad.
Let him come here.
Or do it like Gandalf and put the a robe over it.
Sounds like a bad idea as well, but okay.
Now the question is,
Scandal.
does my character want to touch it?
That's a good question. Does VMAC want to touch it?
You're roleplaying your own character, right? The DM is roleplaying for you.
Yeah. VMAX
Does-
is unsure. Let's go with that.
Does VMAC likes touching stuff?
VMAX likes smashing stuff.
He smashes the orb.
I did actually smash it
No.
before in the altar.
Guys, don't.
What's VMAC doing?
Smash it.
VMAX is unsure what to do.
VMAC has conflicting feelings.
So Linda is actually saying don't touch it. So
You hear a cry from up the stairs of Mela saying not to touch.
Okay.
Wasn't there a guy that cried out for help beneath us, guys? I'm gonna find.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, you
That's
say
sad.
that.
I knock on this door.
Okay.
Let's go
So-
to Rita and not touch dangerous magic things.
Okay. You open up the nearby door, and inside you find a fairly hurt individual. Looks to be sort of early to mid 40s, blackened hair, and kind of just laying on the ground with various sort of signs of trauma. He's barely conscious, and as he kind of looks up and says, "Who are you? Have you come to rescue me?"
Yes. Are you okay?
Do I look like I'm okay?
Can't say. Not the human
He's leaking fluid.
is leaking fluid. Oh no. Can somebody heal him? You, the mage of the party.
Let me have a little look at your.
Fuck off, Mac. So rude.
I can't even properly flick you away.
Okay, so can
What would you like to do, Noah?
is he stable?
It's leaking fluid.
He seems to be bleeding, but he's conscious, sort of drifting in and out. He'll probably need some kind of medical attention.
Yes, but I'm thinking if it's enough with doing some medicine check.
A medicine check is probably satisfactory, yeah. Or alternatively, a heal would instantly succeed.
I could try a medicine check first and do a heal later. I don't want to waste my spell in case there's a fight.
Nice.
I medicine, wisdom, and I'm proficient in this.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps.
So what would you like to do?
I roll for a medicine check to try and patch him up, put some bandages on.
Okay. Yeah, please, by all means.
See, and the bonus is +4, so that's 18.
Nice, okay. You spend a few minutes just sort of administering what you can. In that time, you're able to sort of heal the most severe of wounds to the point where the guy is no longer bleeding horribly. He kind of picks himself up, still very delicate, but nevertheless isn't at risk now of like bleeding out or anything like that. He sort of has to use one of you to support himself as he gets himself up, and he kind of looks to you and says, "Thank you. What brings you down in this godforsaken place?"
We followed some evil creatures who weren't down here,
Okay.
but we don't know where they went.
Most of them went topside not too long ago. I heard all kind of ruckus break out, but since then they haven't come back.
Oh? Guys, didn't some of them escape down the ladder to this place? After
No.
the fight? Didn't they?
A few of them came up from the ladder.
Ah,
They all dead.
I thought some went down again. I'm confused. Okay, never mind. Oops.
Okay. So with kind of looks to you, says, "The name's Julian."
Hello.
Julia or Juliet?
Julian.
Julian.
Julien.
Are you
Yes.
French?
He says, "French?
Oui, oui.
What's French?"
You
That's
know,
way down south.
people who like spaghetti and red wine.
I mean, julienne is thinly sliced vegetables.
He doesn't look like a thinly sliced vegetable, but
He'll be a vegetable soon enough.
kind of looks to you and says, "If you don't mind me, I'm going to get out of here." At which point he says, "I don't have any gold, but if you come and visit me, Julian's wares I'll be able to hand you over something as with a good gesture.
We'll make
very
sure to
nice.
visit you.
Thank you.
At which point he kind of begins stumbling out the door and very slowly heads towards the ladder.
Shouldn't we help you get up here?
Al's fine.
He's not crippled.
Make sure he gets up the ladder, okay?
Okay, you spend a few minutes just at the base of the ladder trying to help him up. He's a little bit delicate on his feet. He gets up to the top of the ladder and then slowly starts stumbling away from. At which point you begin to hear various sort of town guard begin moving at quite a brisk pace towards the church.
Should we get up again?
No,
Should we
not finished looting yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, quickly, explode everything.
loot it quickly?
I would
Okay.
like to do an investigation check.
So you make your way into the last chamber of this place. Make an investigation check.
+3 sword of demon spawning, please.
15. It's actually not
Right.
bad.
Okay. So what did you guys get?
15.
12.
So, you start making your way through, seeing whatever you can find. You seem to locate a lot more bodies that have been demised in here. A few of them seem to date back only a couple of days, while some seem to have been here for a couple of weeks at least. Most of them have been gnawed on and are almost skeletal in nature, with various sort of patches of dry blood here and there. As you sort of disregard all that and you begin looking ideally for some, you make your way on through and you're able to find a small little pile of what looks to be discarded armaments and wares, perhaps potentially from a few of these individuals that you see before you. You're able to find like a couple of sets of chainmail, some breastplate, all fairly trivial stuff. None of it seems to be all that interesting to yourself. As you start throwing it through, however, you're able to find a pair of daggers that look quite ornate.
Okay. Who uses daggers?
I'm the only Dex character in the party.
Well, here you go.
Oh no, I'm the second Dex character in the party.
Oh yeah, we got the Kung Fu panda.
Yeah, I don't want daggers.
I don't want daggers, but I look at it.
So you find two daggers, and as you pick them up, Benjamin, one of them feels warm to the touch, the other one feels cold to the.
Has a song written about this.
Saying about fire and ice.
I was more thinking about Katy Perry, Hot and Cold.
Interested to see where your thoughts go. Fair enough. You have a little look on through. You're able to find a small little pouch containing some jewelry. Again, it looks to be discarded remnants from a few of these guys. And a couple of the rings, as you pick them up, still have like dislodged fingers still left in them.
Ain't that nice? A snack.
Tasty fingers.
Mm.
All in all, you reckon the jewelry is probably worth somewhere in the region of about $50.
Let's
Not
go.
too bad.
Greet the god.
Okay. So, with that, you make your way back on out into the main temple itself, and you see an entourage of probably 10 to 12 town guards just make their way down the aisle. They have a little look at the situation and look to you. Say, who goes there?
Hello.
We need an adventuring name.
We are the adventurers.
That's a terrible
Come
adventuring
from
name.
the sewer.
Yeah, they kind of look you on over and says, what happened? We heard there was a ruckus at the temple.
Yes, you had a little demon problem in your town, and we're working on it.
At which point you see one of the town guard from the back just make his way on through. Seems to be a half elf, quite veteran. You get the impression of scar down one side of his face, and there's definitely a few signs of battle. Seems to have a crimson red robe on with various sort of golden trim, and in one hand he holds basically what are the maces of incense called that they have?
Yes.
Yeah,
Censer.
I don't know what their name is, but he's holding one of, and then he kind of looks to you.
Maze of Incense.
Censer.
Sensor, that's the one. Okay. He looks to you all and says, I am High Inquisitor Aiden. This is my watch.
Hello.
What are you doing here? Tell
Well,
me.
We
You
found
say you had a
missing
fiend
people.
issue.
We were
Yes.
investigating the murders that have been going on the past few days, and that led us here.
What is the connection? And you
That's
speak
funny.
of fiends.
They use some sort of moss in this temple that was prevalent to every sewer exit near the murders.
Grave moss.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He looks at you and says, these are interesting accusations.
And also mention they turned into demons when we accused them.
Yeah, that was a big giveaway.
And this basement is not the most best of one you expect from a church. That's a
He
lot.
kind of looks around, and you begin. You see the High Inquisitor's sort of arms flutter for a moment. He begins whispering an incantation, and the censer in his hand begins to emanate this bright golden light, shining across the various pews and altar and furnishings of the temple. And you notice each of you as you sort of turn around, where the demons fell, there is this bright spot of black darkness on the ground. High Inquisitor Aiden's sort of eyes glow bright gold for a moment, at which point the light. He turns to you and says, these were a lot of fiends that you struck down here.
It was nothing.
I've seen.
It was a lot of hard
Worse.
work.
You've done us a mighty good favor. And you say the basement. What was down there?
Yeah, the scenes they've murdered and tortured a lot of people down there.
Julian.
Well, weren't the people
Oh
also
yes, we
kidnapped?
freed a
You
prisoner.
sort of look to the nearby door, and you see Julian sort of resting up against it, being questioned by a couple of town guards. I see. And was there any notes, anything that detailed what was going on here, what their plan was? What are their next moves?
No. There was a demonic orb, though.
He kind of looks, it's this demonic orb. At which point he snaps his fingers, and two more town's guards sort of brush up to his sides, and he sort of whispers in their ear, and you see the town's guard immediately head on down the.
Oh! Don't touch the orb.
The two town guard kind of look to you. They both seem fairly fresh-faced, sort of mid-20s. One seems human, one seems half-elf. They kind of look to one another, not in shock, but definitely sort of what did we just get ourselves into kind of look, and disappear down the ladder.
I look back to Aiden and I say, you're not making them touch the orb, right?
They may be fresh, but they're town's guard. They know how to handle themselves. They see a demonic artifact, they'll bring me in to inspect.
Okay, good.
Now, about your payment. You've done us a good deed here today, and I wish to see that be rewarded. He sort of takes out a small little coin pouch to his side and he throws it at the near.
Sorry, what was that? He froze.
He
gold
takes a
pouch?
small coin pouch out from underneath his robes and he throws it at the nearest.
I catch it.
Consider that a payment for your good deeds.
I open up and count it.
Okay, you spend a couple of minutes counting out the. Seems to be about 250 gold in here.
Nice.
That's a fair payment.
Here's the dollars.
At which point, the two town guard come rushing back out from the basement. They kind of look to Aiden and says, "There's no orb down."
Z? Even best.
Do you mean?
Did you take the orb?
Insight?
Yeah, by all means.
I don't know why I accused you. That's kind of racist. I'm sorry.
That is very racist.
I would like to do it as well.
Okay.
15.
Early innocence, right?
So
So-
15 was that? Sorry, you.
Yeah, 15 from me.
And
Okay.
VMAC, what did you get?
21.
21 on insight. Z, make a deception or persuasion check, depending on the situation.
Keep in mind, I can be persuaded.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Big 10.
You both look over Z, and you can immediately tell that he's loved.
Z? Hand over the orb to the gentleman. They paid us.
Doesn't mean.
Well,
their
for killing the
intentions
demons. That's for the orb.
What do you intend to do with the orb?
Put it
I
in my
ask
butt.
Aiden.
Keeps it away.
You should all by myself.
I was gonna.
I imagine you're having this conversation sort of very quietly amongst one another
Hmm.
to the side.
I was gonna bury it.
It always gets found.
Yeah, I think we should destroy it.
Okay with that.
Still, you lied to the trans god. I can't accept that. That's
Well-
that's authority.
I think we should give it to the Inquisitor, because, I mean, he's an Inquisitor.
It's his job, yes.
Yes.
He inquisits.
I will defer to the parties.
Better.
Walk out of the barrel and dip it upside down till the.
Ale goes everywhere. Sweet smelling ale as well. And you think you see get a reminisce of the bone flour from many weeks prior. But nevertheless, after the liquid stops pouring out, you just hear this thud as you see this large black orb just hit the ground and make a fair indentation. At which point, everyone stops what they're doing, Townsguard, Inquisitor, and they all just look.
Found it.
The air begins to become very cold in here, and you see wisps of small black shadow just begin emanating off. The Inquisitor just sort of quickly hurries around, and he kind of takes what looks to be a large bag to his side and just scoops up the.
You should really destroy that one, Inquisitor.
That we shall. Demonic artifacts don't deserve a place in this world. Nevertheless, we need to know what was their plan, what was their goal, and this could be a key to that. Now, if you don't mind me, I have an inquisition to see to. At which point he snaps his fingers and the town guard begin moving on back out from the church.
He inquisits. I told you guys.
Okay. A few minutes go past, but you're left to your own devices back within the temple. What's your plan?
Let's go the office where we kind of accepted this job and tell her what's happened.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Okay.
No memory of who we did talk, but okay.
So that would be Enmora Stonewalker, the captain of the guard.
Yes,
Okay.
Captain Net.
So, with that, you head on back out from the temple. And as you step foot outside once more and you get a breath of fresh air into your face, you look on up at the sky and you see a large sort of purple-black comet slowly making its way across the daylight.
Okay.
A
There's a comet.
comet.
Happens every time, okay? Calm down, no reason to panic.
You sort of look around here and there, and a few people, you see like the streets lined with individuals who have just stopped what they're doing and just looking up at the sky. And as you're sort of gazing at this, you see a number of ravens fly on from the outer city limits, heading towards the center.
Shit.
Maybe the Inquisitor should
Quizzed
be
about that?
more hasty about destroying the orb.
I think it's a bit too late for that now.
You think?
Am I glad you gave the orb away?
Hey, guys, do you think we should leave for the next town?
Let's go to the captain first.
Okay. So, you start making your way back through the street. Let's load up the map. Depressed.
Ignorance is bliss.
That it be.
Hey, our doodles.
Your doodles.
The
Doodles are bugged.
The Yuda. I forgot about the Yuda.
Hey, Jude.
What's that all?
So, you make your way back to the halls of justice, and you make your way inside once more, and you see a familiar sight as Yurili, the gnome receptionist, is once again putting away all manner of parchments and sort of writing up a few bits and pieces. She looks to you all and says with a smile on her face, "Oh, you're back."
We are
Yeah.
back.
Well, yes.
Yeah, what business do you bring? She sort of hops on down for her desk, has a little run outside, and kind of stands there looking at the sky for a moment. Well, that's a bit odd. When did that start? Well, anyway, the captain of the guards is in if you want to see.
Yes, please.
She sort of makes her way back to the door, gives it a nod, at which point you hear a familiar voice letting you on inside. So, you usher your way back into Imora's chambers. She's sort of sitting behind her large sort of stone and looks to you and says, "So, how was your investigation? And can you tell me what the fuck that is from a..." She
I
points.
wish you could tell us.
The High
You don't
Inquisitor's
start
looking
with
at it at the moment, but this is not a good sign.
Yes, we met with the High Inquisitor. Aiden was his name, I believe.
Yeah.
We just finishing off some demons in the church. It seems to be there's strong evidence they are the ones behind the killings and murders around town.
Well, I suppose that's some good news at least.
However, they did have some kind of orb in the basement, and, well, I mean, Inquisitor Aiden took care of the orb, and we hope he'll destroy it.
I'm still awaiting his report on the matters, but I'm sure he's a busy man, and he will let us know what he finds.
Might be that the orb is connected to the thing in the sky. So
Time will tell.
Time will indeed tell.
At which point you hear another knock on the door once again. You see the familiar head of the gnome just pop on inside. Emora, the Baron has asked for all individuals to make their way through to the main hall. Apparently there is some news that he brings, grave news from what I hear. She kind of looks to you all, looks back at the of gnome, and she sort of gives a quick bow of her head. You've been a good service to me. Give me 5 minutes. I need to take this news and I'll be back. At which point she just begins heading on out for the door, and you find yourselves left to your own devices within her.
Load everything!
Yes, we see us left the room.
Yeah.
Is there a +3 weapon on the wall? Hang.
You have a little look, and like I said previously, there are a number of armaments on the wall, sets of armor. Most of it seems quite ornate and decorative, but nothing immediately gives you the signs of, say, like a magical artifact or anything.
Just a quick note. The next short rest we get, I'll attune to the daggers.
Okay.
They're definitely not cursed.
They are not cursed, no. They are very much magical.
Yes.
You get to know what they do on a once you're tuned. I
Yeah.
believe. Okay, so the first one is called Flame Tongue. It is a +1 dagger, and once a day you can use as a bonus action. You can activate Flame Tongue's fiery, dealing an extra d6 on the first hit of each of your turns for the next minute.
Ooh.
The other one is called Frostbite. It is a +1 dagger, and once a day you can use a bonus action to activate its magical effect. You do an extra d6 cold damage on the first hit of each of your turns for the next minute.
Pretty freaking useful.
With this weapon? Or with, like, for example, the first hit with this weapon on that turn? Or could I use them both?
You can use them both. They're independent of one another. It just means, for example, if you had, for example, 2 attacks, it would only do the damage on the first one.
Okay.
It's just the first time you hit with the weapon on your turn.
So I could use the Frostband on the first attack and the Flame Tongue on the second.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You just need to have 2 bonus actions to activate both the effects.
Oh, yeah. How long does the bonus action, the effect last for?
The next minute.
Oh, okay.
I spend the full 5 minutes or whatever
Yeah.
just keeping all of my eyes.
All of your eyes.
But
Your
I'm
many
cheating.
eyes.
Yes.
Doing what with all of your eyes?
I keep my eyes on Z.
Oh,
make
sorry.
sure he
All I
doesn't
heard
steal
was I
anything.
keep all of my eyes, and I wondered what the fuck that.
Hey, see, if I distract the orc, should we like grab some?
You kind of look on over your shoulder, and you is just staring at you intently.
Stealing is wrong.
Yes, it's wrong. Yes.
That's a funny joke.
Trading, however.
Exactly.
I mean, but if we're just borrowing.
And keeping dangerous artifacts away just open, that's a bad idea as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do tell the party that it is like a demonic scribe.
Okay. Basically, all of the information that you was able to ascertain earlier.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so it's unlikely that the orb has anything to do with the well, directly has anything to do with the thing in the sky.
Don't know. I assume it only appeared after we gave the orb to Aiden.
I mean, from what you can tell, you went into the temple, well, the sewers at least, with no comet flailing through the sky. You've come out from the temple, and there is something.
Flailing
Whether or
through the
not it's
sky.
connected, who knows?
Did
Could just be
we? Did we? Did they? Did they perform some kind of a rite, and we actually committed the blood sacrifice to finish?
Oh my god!
Right.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make sense that we need to sacrifice demons for it.
I mean, sacrifice is sacrifice.
Are any of you proficient in either religion
Aye.
or history?
I am in religion.
Of course not.
Sacrifice, macronize.
See, you can you have a bit of time here, so you can spend a few minutes making a religion check if you so wish.
Okay. That is.
Nothing comes to your mind. You sort of think for a moment, seeing if anything sort of this jogs any memories, but it doesn't seem to have that effect. You have no idea what this is. Unfortunately not. So, a few minutes go by. You sort of have a little nosy around, just you just look around while you spend some time trying to figure out this. Every now and then you look over your shoulder and you just see you constantly looking at you. After a few minutes, the captain of the guard comes back inside. She looks to you all and says, well, the situation's gotten a lot worse.
Get any worse?
The king is dead.
The king is dead.
Oh.
Reports are coming in from Kingsfort. There's been an assassination of the king. The culprit's still at large, so we're trying our best to find out who's responsible.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't us. Well, I mean, unless the king was demon.
Well, the king's not even in the city. This is just the capital of the barony, not the entire kingdom.
Oh.
Is there any eyewitness report?
Oh, plenty. The king was giving a speech outside of the abbey in the center of the city. At which point, a passerby in the crowd opened on. Before we knew it, he was being assaulted from left, right, and center. It definitely wasn't a one-man job. It seemed organized, but after that, they seemed to disperse into the shadows quickly and efficiently. We've got eyes on a few of them, and from last I heard, they are making a sweep of the streets one by one. But as of yet, we've got no one under arrest.
Right.
As of yet, I haven't got the detail. All we've heard is a raven flew in just now from the king's, detailing what we know.
And does this have anything to do with the comment?
That we're trying to figure out. We've got our best scholars and researchers looking into the issue right now. We think they're related, but as to what it means, your guess is as good as. This has all happened very quickly. It's going to take some time for us to research.
I mean, for all we know, it could just be the queen that's just pissed off, and she just
Yeah.
summons a Carmen to destroy the enemy.
Nevertheless, the situation is going to get difficult in the coming weeks. The king does not have a child.
Okay.
And if I knew some of the individuals, but from back in my time, there's going to be a lot of tug of war working out who should take his place.
I take it.
Commodus. She kind of looks to yourself. And what's Commodus got to do with this?
I need to send a message.
He's been helping us.
Yeah, Commodus should be able to help you out there if you so wish.
Anyone else in?
She looks to you for a moment and says, "You've helped us out. If you want us to send a raven, I can arrange for one to be sent. If you would rather prefer magical means, Commodus is your best. He's who we go to whenever we need to conduct an operation of that kind."
I think sending a message would be better. It's of quite importance.
Understandable.
Oh,
Do you have relatives in Kingsford?
No, they're a bit further afield.
I see. Understandable. At which point she gives you a look up and down.
I have another inquiry, please.
She sort of turns to you, and as she's sort of communicating with you, she goes behind her desk and begins writing a part, only paying sort of like her intent seems to be on writing down her various bits and pieces, and she sort of only gives you a cursory glance here and there.
Is this Skyrim?
Yeah.
We rescued a certain individual named Julian. He said he had a shop somewhere in town. Do you happen to know where it is?
Julian's wares, I presume.
Aye.
I can point you in the direction, yes.
Thank you. That would be very kind of you.
Okay. So, with that, okay, and Mora sort of calls in Euryli once again, and she's asked for her to point you in the direction of Julian Wares. At which point she kind of looks to you and says, "Now, if you don't mind, I apologize to be rude, but given the nature of the situation, I have a few affairs that I need to see to."
Understandable. Thank you.
Okay. You sort of make your way on out, and Euryli sort of shows you in the right direction. She points to yonder to the market district, and then says, "Oh, if you'll take a turn down to the right, head down Blackheath Alley, you'll be able to find it. Shouldn't be too difficult to miss."
All right.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
She nods to you all and
this
heads
guy.
on back inside.
I need to go pee.
Okay. Shall we have a quick drink break then?
Yes.
Sure.
Sounds good. I need a cup of tea.
Hmm.
So Quincy,
Yes.
did you get the humble bundle?
No.
No. All right.
I had most games actually. I think I had like 3 of the games.
Oh, really?
Amelia I had. Fuck, what else? And they're probably fucking cheap as well on G2A, so.
Yeah, I
Yes.
was just wondering if you bought it.
Let's see. For the King and Amelia I had already.
Nice.
The other things, well, it was single player, right? Some things.
Well, the others are, well, you can play them online as well.
Like,
Well, let's say the Impling or the Gremlin game is a board game, so you can play it with other players. The sort of D&D style game is a co-op where you can do a campaign together. And I'm not sure about the. Oh, I'm really good at names. The one that's like.
the card game.
Yeah,
Slay the Spire.
yeah. No. Slay Spire is good. Slay Spire is good, but that's single player. I was talking about.
Terraforming Mars Reigns.
Reigns, the one where you can like Tinder, like swipe and something happens in your kingdom.
Wow.
But I haven't played that one yet.
What are you guys playing at the moment, anyway?
Mainly RuneScape and Rocket League.
As not.
Satisfactory at the moment.
And is it satisfying?
No, it's the name of the game. Satisfactory.
What was that? Wasn't that like a production kind? And
Yeah,
all
it's
about.
it's 3D Factorio.
Yeah, it's coming to Steam soon. Looks
Nice.
Yeah, it's just that it's slow with updating, so every half year it gets a nice update.
Okay.
And this update fucked things over because suddenly I have to do water stuff now.
yeah, I did see that.
Like the previous update, I just had steam plants, coal plants to fucking make energy, and suddenly I have to power them up with water. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I have to do that now.
Do you guys know if Wilson has fixed his online? Actually, I can just check the forums for that.
What is fixed online?
Wilson, the Diablo-like game.
Oh, that's probably that's a developer team of 12 people. So good luck with that. That's gonna take a while.
I'll just wait till Torchlight.
And then again, pretty sure Wilson is just a Diablo copy. Or it feels like a Diablo copy. So.
Yeah,
I mean, when you want to play Diablo, you just play Diablo.
True. But then again, Blizzard's track record as of late has not been grand.
I know, but Diablo still a solid game.
But Quincy, to play Diablo, I need a mobile phone.
Do you not have phones? That looks pretty cool. The Satisfactory.
Yeah, it's 4-player co-op if you want.
Nice.
So it's decently to play together.
Yeah, when's it out on Steam?
I don't know. I play it on Epic Games.
Heathen.
Fuck that shit.
Actually, so
Man,
you
so
need
much
a good computer for it, though. I think.
Satisfactory.
You have a good computer, I think.
For let's say if you build like really huge, because I think like every single piece has to be calculated by.
Well,
the
there's also the thing that if you go to a distance,
Yeah.
like the conveyor belts that are there, they just like show up instead of 60 FPS at like 30, 15. Like it just goes slower on screen, but it's just as fast as when you're there.
Okay.
So if you have a factory way off in the distance, it'll just work perfectly fine, but you just won't get the frame rate drop because you're looking at it. For example, I had fucking like 18 belts stacked on top of each other, and it just looked like shit when I was far away, but when I was close, it was all moving smoothly along.
That's enough.
I am back.
And you come back up.
Epic Games is not that bad.
Oh,
They give me 3 games every week.
I keep forgetting.
For me, it's the principle.
I mean, it needs to get a lot better to compete with Steam probably, but it's getting there at least.
bars give children free candy doesn't mean they're good.
Mm.
Yeah, but one thing is against the law and the other one's allowed.
Yeah,
Which
I
one?
can give candy any day. I'm
Wait,
pretty sure killing candy in the street is not against the law.
I didn't know where I was going with that because that doesn't make sense.
But no, last week Kingdom Come Deliverance was free.
Okay.
That's quite like a good game, to be honest. Like the week before that, there was like Ticket to Ride and Carcassonne. The board games were free.
Nice.
I mean, those games were shit, but yeah. Kingdom Come Deliverance is like it feels like a AAA game if you play it so. And right now, I think Assassin's Creed Syndicate is free.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the best Assassin's Creed, but still an Assassin's Creed is free.
My issue is though that I claim all these games, but then I can't be bothered to actually play them. So I've got like 40 games on
That's
Epic.
no
Well,
problems right there.
But at least you've claimed them.
yeah, but I mean, it's like, yeah, I own it. Okay, if you played it.
Oh well,
okay,
come
no.
on, Cinders. You bought Humble Bundles and you don't even touch 90% of that stuff.
Hey, that's not true. I did install all of them.
You installed all of them, you didn't play them.
I did play some of them.
You played them for 5 minutes. You looked at the
Still,
start of the screen like, oh, this is fancy, and then you went to sleep.
that's more playtime than play gives, and therefore it's allowed.
That's a pretty low bar.
Very low bar. Okay. So, picking it back up, I presume next point of call, you go and see. So, who are you seeing? You seeing Julian? You seeing Commodus? What's your plan? Or are you going your separate ways and doing your own thing?
I mean, if you guys want to go see Julie Camus,
Abandon ship.
Okay.
You're not saying we split the party, right?
no,
Oh my god.
we're not splitting
Party.
the party. We're just doing separate things for a short while.
Yeah, the fighting resources. HR.
Oh, you
I'm back.
Welcome back.
PP turned into poo poo.
Thanks for that mental imagery.
Peeing out poop.
So, Yulin, is that the name? Uralin. Got it close enough. She sort of shows you the right direction to hit Julian's place. Visit that. You also are aware of Commodus's location. So yeah, who's doing what?
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna head to
think-
Commodus.
Okay.
I think we should go together to
it's
Commodus
fine.
and then go to Julia.
Okay.
We could split up, but I don't think she should go alone, just in case.
All alone.
Want me to come with you?
Sure.
I want to go with you, the nice orc with big
Okay.
muscles.
So it sounds like VMAC and Z are heading to Commodus's. Everyone else is heading to Julian.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll deal with Julian's wares first. The three of you, head on off, and you very quickly find Julian's wares. It's not that difficult to find. Sort of, there's a sign hanging on the wind, and you sort of open up the door. You see sitting behind the counter, just sort of administering some basic first aid to himself. Julian kind of looks up at you all and says, "Oh, I didn't think I'd be seeing you again so soon."
I just wanted to check in on you. How you doing?
Well, this isn't the best of situations, but I guess I'm alive. That's more than what I can count for some of the others.
Do you know how many others there were?
I saw another 3 at some point or another. There was a few coming and going in terms of some of them didn't last particularly long before the demons sort of set about on others. Others had been killed off previously. real nasty pieces of work.
You didn't happen to hear anything about?
He sort of sits back for a moment and tries his best to sort of remember what he had. He says, I mean, they spoke in Abyssal for the most part. Every now and then they'd switch to Common. They had some lackeys doing a few jobs for them. I definitely got the impression that they had a few of the underground network here finding them their targets. He sort of thinks for a moment. They said something was going down in his King's Fort soon. I didn't get the.
Oh, okay. We just heard that the king is actually dead.
He looks to you and says, "The king's dead?" And at which point he sits up immediately.
Yes. Apparently the message just arrived.
These are dark times, my friends.
Indeed.
He always had his work cut out, Alaric, but I always felt like he had our intention. Good front and foremost.
Yeah, it's very troubling.
These are going to be turbulent times.
Yeah, indeed.
Knowing the nobles,
loss.
they'll be fighting amongst themselves, wondering who should be replaced.
As they do.
As they do. At which point he takes out a small drink, throws you one, and then sort of says, "To the king." Gives a toast. I said, I owe you a favor. At which point he starts rummaging around underneath the stall, and he picks up a small coin pouch and he throws it at yourself. He says, "It's not much, but it's something. As a thank you for saving my life."
Oh, no problem at all. And also thank you for the information. Just happy to see you alive.
Thank you. It's good to see that there are still some here that are willing to do the right thing and aren't in it for the profits. At which point you count out about 50 gold.
Oh, it's quite enough.
He sort of looks to you. Sorry?
We are rich.
Oh, yes.
That's at least 60.
Please, if you need anything, feel free to come and see me day or night. There's not much I can offer. And you kind of look around his shop. He seems to have sort of all manner of general wares, rope, rations, everyday tools, things of that nature, a few kits here.
You don't happen to know where I could get a hold of some health potions?
Kind of looks to you for a moment and says, "Well, I don't have any myself, but if I was to hazard he thinks from Honora. She's the one, I would imagine."
Honora.
Honora's where... Sorry, not Honora's. Honora's apocryphy.
Ah. Right.
Not far. It's just down the road, and he gives you sort of rough directions. She's a feisty old gal, but she knows her shit. She's pretty good with all manner of apocryphy, and that's a bit over my head, to truth be told.
I'll make sure to visit her. Thank you.
No worries. Be safe, my friends. And if
You
you're ever
too.
passing through, feel free to come by. Meanwhile, VMAC and Z, you enter back into a familiar estate once more at Cameron Sprite. He greets you at the door and says, "You visit me once again. This is becoming a regular thing, wouldn't you say?" Your mic is turned off, Nissy.
Hello!
Hello.
There we go, that's better. I say I have an urgent message to send. Person to send it.
Sort of cracks his fingers and says, "I know a thing or two about sending long-distance messages. Yes. Do you have a certain individual in mind? I presume."
Yes.
Welcome to my world. Hey.
The random name generator. Wow, tabaxi names are weird.
Yeah, they are.
Opal of
Opal.
Yes, Opal of the Shifting Sands clan. But
He says, "Very well. I haven't heard of them. Do you have any sort of memorabilia of hers?"
I show him my necklace.
Okay. He says, "This will do." At which point he hands you a parchment and says, "Write your message."
I also require this message to be.
That's why he sort of looks to you and says, "Write your message. I will seal it. I will be none the wiser. I am fully understand that certain matters are delicate, shall we say, and I wish to invade on no one's privacy. Of course, I'll be charging a premium."
Of course.
Very well. So he says, "Well, this is a long distance call, so." He sort of thinks for a moment and says, 4 gold.
Yeah, I hand over 4 gold.
Okay, pleasure doing business with you. I presume you write down your message on the parchment
Yes.
as you sent it to me? Okay. He immediately sort of seals the letter in wax. He places it down on the ground where you can see a partial sort of magical circle has already been laid out, and he begins sort of scrying various sort of runes of magical. He sits down on the floor and enters a deep meditative state and begins whispering an incantation. All of the lights of the nearby of the building begin to snuff on out and flicker in the wind. And as the room descends into darkness, you just see the letter before you emanate in this purplish smoke and flame, which then turns to a crimson red. And all that you can see is left is the ash of parchment on the circle. It is done. Says, "I imagine replies will take some time to take some time."
Send word to me once.
"I shall." At which point he sort of looks on over, and you can see a number of ravens in cages. I will find what I will find. I will deliver any reply.
Fair enough.
You are most welcome. Now, if there's anything else I can see to,
Not at this moment in time. Needing your services late.
pleased to hear it. Have a good day.
So,
Okay.
I would like you to look after.
Which scrolls are these out of interest?
These are Scroll of False Life and Speak with Dead.
Okay. So it looks to you and says, "Look after them."
Yes, make sure they don't get used. Find ourselves in dangerous situations, and I don't want.
Sort of raises his eyebrow at you and says, "Well, I don't think there's much that. Nevertheless, fine. I'll look after them for a few days for you." Well, at which point he sort of stows them away in a sort of wardrobe.
Take my leave.
Okay. What was you looking to say? Sorry.
I will take my leave.
Okay. So, with that, you guys leave Commodus's Bright Sparks estate, and you make your way back through, arriving at Julian's Wares just as the remainder of the party are beginning to leave. Okay. So, what's your point of call?
I was just thinking we could go down to the upper Thackeray to buy maybe some. Well, at least I need some health potions. Maybe you want some too.
I would like some as well.
Just see. I mean, there's usually not a high stock on health potions, but we'll
You
see.
are
what
in the largest
we
city of
can
the
get.
barony, so
Yeah.
if there's going to be a place, it's probably here.
Yeah. So if you guys are up to it, let's go to her place. It's just down here.
You make your way down a few alleys, twisting and turning as they go, and you see a very quaint little shop in front of you by the name of Honora's Apocryphy. And as you get close, you can smell all manner of incense and various sort of pungent smells emanating out through the door itself. As you open up the door, a small little bell dings, and you see a small dwarf woman behind a counter mixing various reagents with a number of vials bubbling away to the side. Oh, customers!
Hi there.
Can I help?
Yeah. Sorry, Julian sent us here.
I know Julian.
Yes.
Her name's Honora.
Hello, Nora. Well, he
Honora
recommended
Thunderhammer.
Thunderhammer. Whoa,
Mhm.
it's a nice name.
Is it a
Thank you.
dwarf?
I have a thunder
She is a
axe.
dwarf.
Shocked.
Damn it!
What a coincidence! I happen to have a thunder axe at my side.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, well,
From the
Julian
Thunderhammer
recommended
cast.
you.
Do you guys want a room?
So, anyways, Julian recommended you. Said you might have some health potions in stock, and
That I do. I've got all manner of potions if you've got the. At which point she sort of steps on down from a small little stall that she was sitting atop, and you see her move on out into the shop. You see a number of stalls set up with various sort of liquids. She says, "So you're looking for health potions now? Is that right?"
yes,
She sort of pulls out various sort of drawers, and you can see all manner of different sized vials with deep crimson red liquid containing. So, let's see. I have 10 healing potions and 2 greater. How many would you like?
How much for all of them?
For all of them. Ooh. At which point she pulls out an abacus and begins running some numbers. For all of them, you're looking at about 900 gold.
How much gold do we have?
a lot.
50.
Well, we have 1,460.
Blow it all on potions.
Yeah.
Well,
I
and
would
then you
say-
have the recent addition of the 250 gold,
Oh
50
right.
from Julian and 200 from Aiden.
So, what will it be? How many can I put you down for?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, what else are we gonna spend the money on?
It's very true, and you never know when a health potion will come in handy.
I can hear that greed.
She's a
Ah.
dwarf.
She kind of looks to you in a hurtful tone and says, "Lady, I'm doing business here. You said you wanted all the potions. I gave you the price. What's the point?
The thing is, we were not expecting it to be this expensive, and therefore we need to reconsider it and have a firm decision about it.
Come now, my child. Have you ever dealt in potions before? We're not mixing water.
Should we bargain?
I mean, let's go back a bit, because we can spend it, but then what are we gonna spend the other money on? Are we gonna divide it between the parties and we all buy our own shit? Or
Yes,
we
let's
just
do that.
buy potions and that's it?
I mean, when we bought weapons for you, for Cluster, we put money together to buy him a weapon. We could just, I don't know, if someone needs a weapon in our group, we could use this money to buy. And I have some healing skills.
Does
so...
anybody want a dagger? I
Nah.
found 2 daggers, and I don't really have reason to use them.
Okay.
Maybe you can sell them. Maybe you can trade
Okay,
them
fine.
for health potions.
I don't need health potions. I need a magic weapon.
What kind of magic weapon do you need then?
Something agile that is not this. A light sword or rapier would be perfect. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can always look for that if you want to. But, I mean, maybe we don't need to buy all the health potions, but we might want to stock up on some of them because
One or two.
they've
would go,
proven to be useful before.
Okay. Well, I do think it would help if everyone is carrying one, so we should buy 5 at least.
And that's all our money gone.
Well, no, because in this case we're talking about buying 12 potions.
But 2 greater ones and 10 regular.
Correct.
How much for 5 normal potions?
She looks to you for a moment. 300 gold.
There's all our money gone.
275.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not how this works, Citrus.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Sure.
You grab them by the neck and you pull them in the air, and then you.
I swear to God, someone keeps flipping around my dice. Flip it. What's the mod? For fuck's sake, it didn't post, did it?
Rep.
Oh, it actually did.
I eat them off the table. That's why they're all too long.
Persuasion was it, right? That's a 5 then.
Okay, she looks to you and thinks, 300's a buck. I mean, your friend said it yourself. It'll be good to have one for each. And you never know when they'll be useful in combat.
I can't even drink them. I don't have any guts.
So we buy oil for you?
Flex tape.
Just wrap the Warforged in duct tape. Hold it together.
+1 AC.
So, how many can I put you down for?
I need none.
Okay, so maybe we need 4 then.
4. Okay. So she thinks for a moment. That'll set you back 240.
That is good math.
I say we just do it.
Which one of us has money?
Well, I have all the money from the recent gainings.
Okay.
I've got 9 gold.
I've got
I mean-
4.
I don't really very close to actually keep money in, so
It's true.
So,
I lied. I
should-
got
Should I just pay the lady?
If you want potions, you pay the lady.
I mean,
I pay the lady. I give her
Fine.
40 gold.
She sort of grabs hold of the gold and pushes the 4 healing potions in your direction. Pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you.
You need a restock, you know where to find.
We do indeed.
no.
Now, is there any other potions that I can help you with? Maybe some heroism, maybe some giant
Giant what?
strength.
Giant strength.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have money.
I already had the giant strength.
I push VMAC out of the store. Thank you!
Okay, and with that, you find yourselves back on the streets of Wintercrest once more.
I need a craftsman for my rapier sword.
Would you like to go find one?
Yes.
Okay. So, make an investigation check, please, Benjamin.
Dice. Investigation +1 is a 10.
Okay. So, you spend some time looking around, trying your best to find someone who might be able to make you an artisan weapon. The day sort of goes on, and you're struggling to find someone. But as it sort of gets towards the end, and the sun begins to set in the distance, you think you come across a small little tent in the market bazaar, and you see a dwarf hammering away at all kinds of metals with these sort of like steampunk-esque goggles. He sort of turns to you, his face completely blackened with dust. Looks at you and says, "Can I help?"
Yes. I'm looking for magical weapons to buy.
Oh, magical weapons. What sort of thing you looking for?
Similar to this, and I flash my rapier.
Okay. I might be able to work with it. It's not the best of quality, but I could definitely spruce it up a little bit. Throw in a little magical enchant if you.
I'll be willing to do that. I don't have much golds, but I'll be willing to trade, and I'll show him 2 daggers that I have quite recently.
He sort of pulls them out and says, "These are nicely balanced. I mean, they're elven made, which is a little. It's not the best, but they could definitely do a bit of. So, he looks at them for a moment and says, and takes the flame tongue and says, "If you want, I could transfer the enchantment from this weapon onto your rapier, spruce it up a little."
That's a possibility, yes.
Okay. And you say you don't have much gold at your disposal. How much are we talking?
3 electrum pieces.
He sort of laughs for a moment and says, "You're going to need a lot more than."
How about this? You transfer the cold daggers enchantment to my rapier, and you can have the flame tongue dagger.
He looks through it for a moment. Make persuasion check.
Oh, I don't know I'm proficient in this, but I am. A 4.
You're going to have to sprucing the pot up a little bit, but that's certainly not a bad deal. I'll tell you, we'll take that as a base point. You throw in a couple of hundred gold in addition, and you got yourself.
Couple.
Yeah.
100?
150.
I must confer with the party for this.
We sort of turn around, and the party's all there.
Yes,
Party, let's confer.
we agree.
I mean, what is it you're getting, really?
So he's getting. Did you want the frost or the fire?
Frost seems more
Okay,
useful.
so you'll get the enchantment of the frost dagger put onto your rapier. It'll become a +1 with the additional bonus. And in return, you'll give the dwarf 150 gold and the flame.
Okay.
And the flame what?
the flame dagger.
And does
Seems
Quincy
fair.
weapon become a +1 weapon?
It does become a +1 weapon with the cold enchant as well.
Okay.
There's nothing to think about. This is a fair trade.
Yeah, and you will have a magical weapon.
But do we have the coin though?
Yes, we have
Yes.
the
We do. I got one more question, Quincy. Do you already have a shield or an offhand?
I've got a shield.
And that's a magical as well?
Yes.
Alright.
Found it in the evil religious place once again.
Okay.
We always have evil religious places. I don't know why. They keep fighting a lot of evil religions.
I've got a question to him.
Mm.
Does he have any cool helmets for me? But you can
Helmet.
answer the question after we sort out Quincy.
Okay. So, you hand on over the gold, and he says the weapon will be ready in the morning.
Where did we get this much money from again? Did Sprite
We
Frog
got-
give us that much?
We
got
got
a little bit.
1,500 from Camerader White Spark, and then we've been using some money. But then we got some from this. But Cluster, you paid with the gold from Julian and Aiden, right?
Yeah, and here's the excess of 10 gold.
Yes. So we have.
Cash money.
August. That means we have.
Nice.
I wonder how dirty it is downstairs in my house. Because I walked the dog in the training, it's fucking hot, and I was like, I don't need to rush you off. You can go and sit on the couch now.
Oh god, Quincy.
Don't worry, my parents are at the sauna. I've got time to fix this, if there's a problem.
Sauna?
Sauna.
Sounds like an excuse for an orgy.
Yes.
Yes.
It was an excuse not to go to carnival near my place.
Those are your choices, carnival or a sauna.
Well, when you get older, you're like, I don't need to go to that fucking place anymore. So just go look at people's dicks, sir.
Best
Old
now.
people's dicks everywhere.
So, with that, Dwarf begins hammering away at your rate. Says the enchant will be ready in the morning. So,
Okay.
Goliath, what's your name?
Feedback.
You say you're wanting a helmet.
Yes.
I didn't. He sort of looks you top to bottom and says, "I didn't think you were one for armor."
Well, I am actually not. I actually thought that a helmet would be not armor.
A decorative hat.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Okay. So, with that, you spend the night in the nearest tavern. You get a few rounds of drinks in, a hearty meal. Probably sets you back no more than, say, 5 silver. And with that, you take a long rest. You all can level up.
Woohoo!
What?
Woo!
So is that 5 or 6 now?
6.
That's 6.
Okay. I should probably keep track, but
No, just keep saying it.
so yes, you all reach level 6.
I mean 7.
What, you're 7? I'm 20 already.
I
Get
get
on
an
my
extra
level.
rage.
I'm just starting to multi-class into Supreme Overlord. My dex is now in plus 80.
I'll go grab a tea while you guys finishing leveling up.
What does Matt Mercer's document say?
Ah, I can select the beast.
Brand of castigation. It sounds like a curse.
Ooh.
I'm done.
I get the ability that going from prone to standing up only costs 5 feet of movement, not half.
I think this is good.
This thing's so weird. It has three main skill attributes. It uses my dexterity for stuff, attacking mostly, and then it uses intelligence and wisdom. Matt Mercer sucks at making classes.
Dim light does not possess. Dim light is like dark environments, right?
No, it's dim light environment.
No, I'm just asking it for to understand the English language. So dim light is like where there's not a lot of light, right?
Yeah,
It's where the light's dim.
you can still kind of see, but
Cindrus,
Yes.
when you light a torch,
Yeah.
the first 20 feet of that torch are bright light,
Okay.
another 20 feet of dim light,
Okay.
and after that, it's complete darkness.
Okay. So
Dark.
that means I can double my sight in dark environments.
Right, can you see dim light?
I'm sure I can. Isn't that default?
What, are you human?
Yeah, Goliath, but same eyesight as human, I think.
You don't have dark vision.
I do not have dark vision.
No, you can't see shit in dark.
If I have a,
I mean,
mean, it's either
in dim light you can make out like
Shapes.
contours and stuff and shapes. Yeah, exactly.
on the other hand, I don't really need that. Okay, that's just crap. Okay, I can also do Wolf, which is it's more stealthy with traveling at normal pace, which doesn't make sense for me, so not that. And the other thing is advantage on strength checks made to push, pull, lift, or break objects.
Maybe it's time to multi-class if you don't want these features.
That's also an option. I hate saying this, Quincy, but you might be right.
Oh shit.
Because all I'm looking at also kind of sucks. I probably am going to multi-class.
I think VMAX should multi-class in.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard.
I mean, that does sound like a smart choice to learn difficult things. Yeah, I need to get some time about how I level up.
Yeah, same.
Do continue on, Brian.
I'll just continue as level 5 until next session.
No problem. So, with that, you wake up. It's a new day. You step on outside. The comet of purple black shape still sails slowly across the night, the morning sky. You make your way back to Dulladin, who was the dwarf blacksmith that you met earlier. At which point he has your rapier ready to go, Benjamin.
Thank you.
You hand on over the other deck and the payment. At which point he says, "Pleasure doing business with you." So, what's your point of call, party?
I think we.
I think we should find the Inquisitor. Or should we pick up Quincy's weapon first?
We did.
That was just done.
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
Can you read?
I did things.
What to do? What to do?
It's a tough question, I know.
Frostbite rapier.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It bites frost.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a
From
D6, right? the bonus action?
Yes.
All right.
My beast form attacks will count as magical damage.
Nice. All the magical damage for the party.
You're like, haha, I will make sure that it is not only takes damage from non-magical items.
Yeah.
That's what we will do.
Like the Rashkin.
Do you guys think we should go and talk to Aiden? As maybe. And we can also ask him if he's found out anything else.
Yeah, he's getting on with that all.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. You don't trust
Uh,
anybody.
no.
I have fair reason not to trust people.
Well, okay, let's go seek out Aiden then.
So, make your way back on visiting the Halls of Justice once more. You find your way back through, and without too much difficulty, you can find the High Inquisitor's office, who seems to be in deep study. You notice the blackened orb sitting atop a counter-like stone, and you can see various sort of instruments. The orb itself is sitting in the middle of a magical circle that has been scried onto the surface, and you can see the High Inquisitor just giving this thing a good investigation. He sort of turns around for a moment. You come before my presence once more. How can I
We just wanted to
check on in, I suppose?
exactly see how have you fared in the investigation on your part.
This is an interesting artifact, to say the least, but also quite troubling.
Do you... Yes. Do you think it's linked with the thing in the sky?
I've had my finest researchers looking into the incident, and we know it's something. It's a tangible link at best, but it is something. We believe this is what is known as the demons. It's a rare phenomenon, and it hasn't been seen since the early years of the world, where demons and devils were fighting a bloody war with one another. We're not quite sure of its exact meaning, but its existence has been widely debated by scholars throughout the ages, and we believe it to be the herald of a coming end of the age. One passage, at which point he hands you a book, and you can see there's a small section that has been highlighted. And it reads, "When the sky ignites with a violet star, and the blood of a king stains the streets of men, go forth with the forces of darkness to see the world remade again."
Darkness.
We're still trying to understand the meaning of it all, but we believe it is connected to the killing of King Alaric.
Quite literally.
Quite literally in this case. Either way, it is an omen of things to come. I have heard from some of my colleagues that the situation in Kingsport is not the best.
What would you have us do? Can we assist in some way?
My work is here. I need to stay and study this thing to the best of my ability, but nevertheless, we need eyes on in the King's. If you are looking for work, I can see to it that the Crown pays for your efforts. And where best than to send you to the heat of the right into the heart of the lion's den, so to speak. He stumbles with his words for a moment. Head to Kingsfort, see what the situation is, and see what can be done. If there is foul play at work, that is where you'll find it.
I look to the other members of the party. Well, what do you guys think?
I think we should definitely investigate.
I agree. We go to Kingsfort then?
Dun, dun, dun.
I turn back to Aiden and I say, regarding the orb, I know you will, but please be mindful.
Once my investigation is complete, I fully intend to destroy this artifact. It is a object of great, but it does show some surprising traits, which might give some insight into what these demons are up to.
Oh?
Well, for the start, it seems to be a communication device. Whoever is pulling the strings seems to be some distance away.
Do you think this person might be able to hear our conversation right now?
I don't believe so, and I've trapped the orb within a magical binding. Whatever foul magics it's possessed cannot escape from within.
Good.
Nevertheless, whatever being or entity this is has some considerable power. There are definitely some strong entities that are behind this endeavor.
Troubling.
Very. But I do what High Inquisitors do best.
Yeah.
Such little kids.
I will see to it that whatever leads this orb can provide are revealed to us, at which point it will be destroyed. In the
Right.
meantime, he says, if I have need of you, I will send a message via Raven.
Excellent. We'll be heading to Kingsford then. Please send word to them in advance to make sure they know of our arrival.
The situation is rather chaotic, but there is still order at least. I should be able to get a message over to them to let them know of your
Do you have people that you have absolute trust in? Because we believe, well, as you might know yourself, that, evil people, things, words, Sunday, I don't know.
I know one. I've worked with her in the past, and she's proven more than reliable, and I owe her a debt. Esme Firehalf is her name.
Wolf.
Oh.
No, human.
Strange surname.
Esme Firehalf?
Yes.
Is she a mage? Wizard?
She is indeed. She is potent with the ways of the arcane. She has helped me on a great many cases previously. If there's anyone who I trust in that rat's nest of a city, it's her.
Good. Thank you. Where can
Just
we
watch
find
your
her?
back when you go to Kingsfort. With the king dead, it's no doubt going to be a power vacuum for the nobility, and it wouldn't surprise me if they've already turned on one another.
Likely. Where can we find this Esme?
Okay. So, he thinks long and hard for a moment. There's the Scarlet Chapel. It's where she does most of her work. I think she has lodgings there.
Excellent. We'll see.
You'll find that towards the center of the city.
The Crimson Brotherhood.
Crimson Brotherhood. The name rings a bell. Where do you know them from?
They seem to be demonic worship. Quite a bit of mischief, Edgeport and Wildhaven.
The High Inquisitor sort of brings up some notes and whatnot. Their name has been referenced here and there. They've been involved in a few different cases. I believe they operate using many of the sewer networks underneath the city, but as of that we don't have a huge amount of information on them currently.
We believe they might be behind this.
And we will keep our ears peeled. And we will look out for them. If I do happen to come across any, I'll make sure they're arrested and thoroughly interrogated. Now, is there anything else that I can help you with on your event?
No.
Then be safe.
You
This is
too.
going to be troubling times. We need to look out for one another. With that, you leave the High Inquisitor's office and you find yourself back out onto the streets of Wintercrest. Now, before you set off journey, is there anything that you would like to do? Any items that you'd like to obtain to help you in your endeavor?
You people need food.
Yes, more alcohol! I need to refill my cask.
Very true. Your cask is now empty.
We cannot undertake such a journey with no alcohol.
It would be a fool's errand.
Yeah. Can't use a drunken boxing if you're not drunk.
Exactly. So yes, I will go find...
Okay. Make an investigation check, please. Let's see. Nice. Okay. You make your way around the streets and whatnot. You struggle to find anyone who's giving you anything decent. And really, all you're able to find is basic ales. I mean, you can take that if you want, but it's fairly low quality stuff.
Better than nothing.
True that. Okay. They seem to think they can refill your cask, but it's probably going to set you back about a gold.
You, pay them a gold.
Okay.
Hand over the gold, then, I presume?
Yes.
Okay. Mark that off, but you now have a filled to the brim cup on your back, Z.
It shall not last today.
Did you take that from our gold or
No,
your own gold?
no, I have my own.
I have no money.
Monks have no need for your material possessions. Only ale.
Everything you own is mine, and I don't own anything.
Okay.
Okay.
How about the rest of you? Do you need anything for the journey ahead?
No, not really.
I
Just
think my
the
rations is
potion
gonna go.
thing. Did we split them up? Was it everyone had one except Quincy?
For the healing potions?
Yes.
Correct.
we-
You have
we-
4 healing potions.
Yes. Did everyone write it down on their own sheet?
I wrote down I got one.
Yes.
So you
Yes,
take
Yeah.
priority
Just
on getting
checking.
alcohol, but you forget to write down a healing potion.
I mean, priorities,
Nobody
man.
said that they gave me a heal.
Rogue,
Yes.
you've gained a healing potion.
Yeah. Now in my inventory.
I mean, it would be typically us and really funny if we paid like 240 gold for healing potions and we forget to write down the healing potions.
I mean, like the time when we had to pay Reichspark to identify a weapon, and he was like 90 gold, and we were like, we don't have that money, and we literally just got a shitload of money from him. I mean, that doesn't happen.
One time.
One time, you don't know as well, then, Frank.
Sorry.
That fun time.
Oh, fun time.
Yeah, you listen, okay?
We don't play for the money. We play for the honor and glory and protecting people.
We don't. I don't play for possession of items and stuff like that.
I mean, each their own. So, you all settled with your items and your various shopping, all good?
Oh, dude.
Okay. So, with that, you pack one up. You settle with your tavern bill, which is you've already been paying each year, and you begin to take the long journey south. So, who's leading the way?
Can I? Can I?
Sure.
Can
Make
I?
a survival check, please.
Wait. Why did I roll 2?
Oh God, why?
Okay, it's a 1.
Nice. Okay. So you begin setting off south, and despite following the road, you soon find yourself just sort of meandering, taking a long time, and generally sort of stopping here and there to try and find substance each. But it's taking a very long time. Your journey is dragging on for a number of days before you're even out of the barony. Okay. So 4 days go past before you enter on into the. I do actually have a map of this.
Where are we? What the fuck's this?
The fuck is this?
Why are we in a desert?
I think this is the right way.
Okay, so
Did you guys all hit dice for leveling or just took the average?
Like the average.
Take the average.
I'm gonna level in Blood Hunter. That's nothing else.
The map.
another map.
I've dipped in level 1 for fighter, by the way.
Good stuff. So, you begin heading on south, and you finally leave the barony, entering the Imperial. You make your way through the various valleys and whatnot, before heading on into the center of the kingdom itself. On the 6th day, you begin sort of making your way through the plains. You see various sort of vegetation here and there as you make your way meandering through the various sort of hills. And off in the distance, you can see what looks to be 4 town guard on horseback making their way towards you.
I put up my cloak and stand behind VMAC.
Already a crossbow.
Okay. So, as the town guard get ever closer, one of them at the front sort of flags for you guys to
To what?
slow down.
Speed up.
I put my hands out to stop everyone,
Okay.
and I wave back to the town guard.
Okay. So the nearest of them sort of moves on up to you, not in a threatening manner or anything like that, but definitely sort of draws closer and goes, "Hail, travelers! Apologies for the disturbance, but as you can understand, with the situation as is, everyone's on edge a little bit.
Understandable.
State your names and your business in these parts."
We just came from
Wintercrest.
Wintercrest. We've helped the city to investigate some murders and some cult activities that might be related to the unfortunate events you have in King's Fort.
I rest his soul.
Right.
Rest his
And
soul.
we spoke to the Chief Inquisitor Aiden, in Windcrest, and he said that we might be needed in Kingsford to aid you guys in further investigations and to calm the citizens.
That is a noble effort indeed. Situation has certainly gone south over the past few days.
How are the fuck's sake words?
It's all right.
How's your mum doing?
Yeah.
Politics situation.
Okay, take your time. What are you trying to say?
Fascism.
How's the fascism these days?
Whatever.
Rhymes with duck.
The people in charge around the king.
The King's Guard?
No. The
Politicians.
higher up, the politicians or
Oh,
whatever.
the nobility.
You would nobility. Thank you.
They-
Fuck's sake. Yeah. Yeah. How are the nobility?
We're keeping an eye on them. Some are being more helpful than others, but rumor has it that there are individuals who are moving through hidden channels, making power plays.
Much
They're
turmoil.
certainly at each other's throats as of late, maneuvering wherever they can to get into a position of importance.
Is there a successor, or is
That is still being determined from what last I heard.
how?
So, have you noticed any increase in cult activities in the town lately?
Certainly, there are issues to be had. The thieves guilds of the city are making headway. They are certainly using the chaos for their own gain. We have various individuals reporting robberies left, right, and center. But it's difficult to sift through the barrage of reported crimes to really get to the heart of this investigation. Nevertheless, we're on top of things. Those who seek to use this as an opportunity to commit crimes will soon find themselves in the stockades.
Great. Do you think you could take us to your chief of guard to make sure that we can make ourselves useful to the town, to the city?
He sort of looks at the others and says, "We're supposed to be on patrol, but nevertheless, I feel this isn't important." At which point, your eyes sort of dart to the nearby vegetation, and you sort of hear rustling of the trees and whatnot. Before you realize what's happening, several shadowy figures dart on out from the tree line, and the individual who was speaking to you, you just see his head get taken clean off from his body.
Son of a bitch.
Nice.
Positions.
I press F.
Okay,
Well, let's retreat the other way now.
can everyone roll for initiative, please?
So they fly in or something?
They do fly in at great speed.
Meow. Chuka bombos. Oh, a big one.
Big.
Let's see if I can beat Tino.
Anyone get 20 or above? No.
Where did it go?
Where did it come from?
What did you do?
I got 12, it's okay.
Anyone get 15 or above?
17.
18? What's your bonus?
17.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 18. My bad.
All right.
10 or above?
12.
12.
Nice. Right, so that would be 5 or
5.
5.
Nice!
You have 5 as well? Oh my god.
I've got 1 plus 4.
Unfortunately, it seems as though the demons have taken you by surprise. One of the town guard immediately hit, while the others get surrounded by 4 of them. 2 of them, however, fly on towards the party, striking at the nearest 2. So the first one is going to use a series of claw attacks on you, Mela. Okay, so first one is for a 12 against AC.
Let me see. 14 is my AC.
Nice. The other one hits for 16 against AC.
Not so nice.
Okay. He strikes you with his claw, dealing 6 psychic damage.
Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Mm-hmm. At which point the other one will attack onto yourself. 19 against your AC.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Striking you for 11 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's down to yourself. You see another of the town guard and they just get butchered by the various demons flooding around them.
What did the town guard look like, Frank?
I turn my head to the others. Protect the town guard.
On it.
We will take care of these guys.
Remember that token, Rogue?
Yes. Yeah.
Frank.
And I will smash this demon.
Nice.
Frank Wallace.
Marcella Wallace.
Does he look like a bitch?
That is 16.
That is a hit.
No, 17. Oh,
That is still a hit.
and plus. What did I roll? 18.
Nice. Strong hit.
Pretty good.
Any second attack?
Yes.
Hurry though.
11.
Go
12.
around for a second swing. Unfortunately, the demon's able to just move out of the way. Alrighty, Z.
I am going to run all the way down here. Now I have
Okay,
45
okay.
movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to smash this one in the face with my staff.
Okay.
2 attacks.
Nice.
That's a natural 1.
Nice. You move forward at great haste, but then you trip up at the last moment, and you're able to keep your form, but yeah, your punch goes far too wide.
Second attack.
Yep.
That's gonna be
That'll be a hit.
okay. That is 7 damage.
Okay.
And flurry of blow.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
18.
18 hit. Mm-hmm.
7 slashing
Nice.
damage.
Yeah. Are your weapons magical out of interest?
My staff definitely is.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay. So you feel your staff's doing
Yes. Unarmed shrines count as magical.
nice. Cool. Yeah, you
Well-
feel as though they're having full effect.
So that is. 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And disengage.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell the guards to run.
Okay.
Engage and run. Get
So,
to the party.
VMAC, you're up next.
Okay. I've got a movement speed of 40, so with that I can charge here.
Yep.
And I will recklessly, well, rage first, then recklessly attack this one.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, cool.
Big.
No, you know what's funny? I did in the fighter class, I took frame weapon fighting, and if it's a 2, I can reroll it.
Nice.
It's a 1 or 2. That's why I had to laugh, because it's like... Alright. So plus 7, 13 damage.
Nice.
Then I attack it again.
Okay.
12.
12 misses, unfortunately.
Alright.
Mela.
My turn.
My turn. I
You're-
will use a boner action to turn
Ah,
into
no.
a bear.
Rawr.
No, my bear is gone.
Oh, shit. Alright, slow it on up a bit.
F.
It seems to vanish when we reload, change maps or something.
Big old F in chat.
Yes. It. I space.
Yeah. The bear suddenly begins doing cartwheels.
Okay, I mean, I guess this is. Fuck! I keep landing on clusters. I guess this is close.
This is fine. Okay, make your attacks, please.
Yes, I will start with the claw.
And your attacks are magical now, which is even better.
Yeah!
Everyone's got a magic weapon now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Friendship is magic.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 5 to hit, so that's 19.
That's a hit.
And so this murderous claws. Ah.
Plus 4, that's 10 damage.
Okay. And your claw.
No, this is the first was the claw. This is the bite.
Okay.
The bite has 1 plus 5. I mean, I
That,
don't think I will get that.
you still did a bit of damage at least, so it's all good. Benjamin.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I can just move around.
Yeah, it's
here.
fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I say
Someone
spoopity doo. And
Someone wants.
light up my rapier with cold damage.
Nice. Make your way around the back, flanking with you, and as you begin muttering an incantation, you just see this cold energy begin emanating off from your.
It's working.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
natural 20. Somebody's
Aw,
about to
yeah.
fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
2 of you, 2 of you, and 2 of you.
All the dice.
So that's 7 lightning, 8 magical, 11 magical piercing, and 4 cold.
Okay. As you make your way around the back, before the demon even knows what's going on, you just see this rapier go straight through the demon itself and just burst into
And
black and smoke.
And 9 piercing damage. I forgot the modifier.
Nice.
Oops.
Nice
I did.
one.
I did something.
You teleported the bear.
Yeah.
All right, then
I
I
was trying to rotate it, but I don't
Cool.
find.
position here.
Okie dokie.
How do you rotate it?
Do you have a second attack, Benjamin?
Yes, I
Nice.
do.
Hold it, then use your scroll wheel.
I'll just press R. 14 plus 8.
That's a hit.
Alright. Not as much damage this time.
Still a hit.
I usually do it by the
So
menu.
50 and piercing, 4 lightning.
Good stuff. Not looking too great. Okay, so the town guard, they pull out their weapons and try making a few attacks just to try and repel the demons. They seem to get a couple of hits in, but their non-magical weapons don't seem to be doing that much against the demons.
God damn it, guys, just run.
With that, these guys are going to move on up. Okay, the one over here is going to attack the bear. Getting a 15 against AC and high.
Yeah.
Okay, first attack hits for 8 psychic damage. Second attack hits for 9 psychic. Next one, this one's going to attack you, VMAC. That's a 19 against AC on the first attack,
That's a hit.
and higher on the second attack.
Okay.
So, first one hits you for 9 psychic damage.
Why does it have to be psychic?
Second one hits you for 10 psychic damage.
Okay, so 19 psychic damage.
This one attacks the town guard.
Damn it, Greg.
Getting a hit in, but he's able to hold his ground. This one's also going to attack the other town guard, who's surprisingly nimble and is able to dodge out the way of the 2 attacks. And one is going to attack Yuzi.
Get on, bitch.
What's that? We've got a 14 against AC
Yes.
and a natural 20.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Ow. Hitting you for 18 psychic damage.
Ow. Gee.
You.
Okay. I will use my aggression
Yeah.
and move down here, so I can flank with this
You are
town guard.
flanking with the town guard, yep.
That's a 23.
Yeah, that's a hit.
That's a 12 damage.
Nice, strong hit. It looks pretty beat up. You reckon Bossman will do it?
Next attack.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that hits.
That does hit indeed. Roll that damage.
Ah. 16 damage.
And just with one more fell swoop, you embed your axe in the demons. Ignites in this sulphurous sort of black flame and disappears before your eyes. Z.
I am going to run to this guard.
Yep.
Because he's a fucking idiot.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pull him, try and put him away behind me.
I'll say you can take his place.
Okay. In that case, then I'm going to smash this one in the face.
Nice.
First attack.
Mhm.
That'll
be a hit. Yeah, it's a hit.
Eight bludgeoning
Okay.
damage.
Yep. $14 hits.
for a further 7,
Nice.
8. Hang on, 5, 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie.
And just the normal bow.
Okay.
Again.
That's a hit.
That is hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's 11 slashing damage.
Nice. Okay, so with a few flurries of bows, you're able to hit the demon in quite a few key areas. You feel as though it's not looking too.
Bonus action. Sorry, key point to. Oh no, wait, I can't.
You just used your bonus action, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, VMAC.
Which one did you attack, Rogue? Left one?
Yes.
That one.
Okay, so I move here,
Yep.
and I attack the one that Rogue just did.
Okay. I presume you're doing so recklessly.
Yes, of course I am.
Of course.
See?
Nice.
This is why.
All are 2 on damage.
Oh,
No.
19 damage.
Okay. You immediately just cut the demon in half.
Okay, I will attack again.
Yep.
And then the other one.
Yeah.
Uh, 20.
20 hits.
Okay, 19 again.
Nice. Okay, this one's a little bit more fresh. But it's you still deliver a pretty divisive blow. But he's still up just barely. Mela the bear.
I will start with clawing the one in front of me with advantage. Because I have a friend.
Yeah.
Why doesn't it show me the
Big 5.
one is? It doesn't show me the right clock. Right one. I guess. Oh, there. 10 is a miss.
10's a miss, unfortunately, but you got your second attack.
Yeah, let's try that one.
There you go.
12 plus
Yeah,
5
it's a hit.
something. Okay, then it's 2d6 plus 4. 11 damage.
Nice, strong.
Not dead yet.
Not dead, unfortunately. But, Benjamin.
It's time to die. But before I do that, I take a mutagen
Okay.
of celerity.
Fucking nailed it.
Celerity.
Celerity. There you go.
Okay, and what is the effect of this mutagen?
Your dexterity. No, that's rapidity.
Oh.
Your dexterity increases by 3, and your dexterity maximum also increases by 3.
All right.
Nice.
So I've got a +1 and everything.
Very nice.
So I smash him. That's a natural 20.
Okay, roll that damage, yo.
Oh man. Smash. So let's see. 17 piercing damage, 6 cold damage, and 8 lightning damage.
Okay, with a quick flick of the wrist, you feel as though you're getting pretty accustomed with this new sword, and you're just able to tear through the demon, no problem. He is down.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stand hit.
Nice.
Come at me, bro.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so demons are up next, and it is not going well for them.
That's because they suck.
Yeah.
That's what happens when they can't crit.
They sort of look to one another. They're going to disengage and they begin flying up into the air.
God damn it.
They are 30 feet up. You.
"30 feet up? I can't
Yeah,
jump
30
that
feet.
high." Hmm. I'll just try and shoot them with my light crossbow.
Okay.
"18.
18 is a hit.
Oops. Let's go for the first one.
Okay.
So 2 plus
Your dex.
2, so 4, yeah.
Okay. Able to sort of give a bit of a glancing wound to one of them and, as they would. Do you have a second attack at all?
Not really. I only have one light crossbow and I have to reload it in between, so no.
Sad time. All right, Z.
I have no way of reaching them, so I'm just going to stand underneath one of them
Okay.
and prepare an attack if it moves.
VMAC.
Can I propose on this that I can like just throw Rogue's character up at the thing?
You could certainly try.
I'm okay with this.
Okay, I use my action to throw Rogue up.
Okay, make an athletics check, please.
Crit fail.
Yeah, for my next attack. Oh, that was so close on the 20.
Aren't you raging?
I am raging, yeah.
Strength advantage.
Yeah.
So that means.
Advantage on strength ability checks.
Oh, so I can do another one. Alright.
Yeah.
I've got +7 on athletics. 23.
Okay, so you steady yourself. You see all the trigonometry going through your head, and you immediately ignore it. Grabbing hold of Z near you and just throwing him through. Z, make an acrobatics check.
That is 18.
It's enough. I'll say out of the combination of your rolls, you somersault over the nearest of the demons. You have advantage on them.
What? Yeah, so 19.
That is it.
I think I only get one of my attacks as the react.
Yeah.
That is still 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, you give it a pop on the back of the head, and it's enough to take the first one down. You land on the ground, majestic.
Yes. I also have 30.
Nice. Mela.
Hmm. What do I do?
Jump.
Throw the orc.
Can I throw people? As a bear?
You can try.
Not really. You kind of need arms for.
She has arms.
I can climb. But...
You look around. There doesn't seem to be any nearby trees or anything that you can climb up or up.
I can turn. I can turn back into my real form and
Okay.
throw stuff. Bells.
You can do indeed. Nice.
Let's see. Oh. I will use my cantrip. Produce.
Okay. Yep.
See, +8.
That is a hit.
Let's have 2 seconds. Yes, I think it's another D8 that is
Nice. Yeah, sounds about right.
from level 5. So 4 plus 7.
Ooh, very nice. You're able to scorch it in the back as it turns around and sort of menacingly glances in your direction. Tries its best to get away at least.
Mhm.
Benjamin.
I'll drop my weapons and shield.
Okay.
Pull out the longbow.
I checked something.
Mm-hmm.
It's 30 feet. I don't know, is it 30 feet up
Yeah,
or less than?
it's 30 feet up.
I use my Crimson Rite to activate lightning damage, so I hurt myself again,
Nice.
and then I shoot at it.
Nice.
Pew. 15.
15 hits.
Oop. 4 lightning, 11 piercing, non-magical.
Okay. Pretty decent hit. Looks like it's about to go down, but it's just trying to hang on in there.
My last shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've gotten a crit every turn. I like this.
Fancy, what the fuck are you?
Next damage on lightning. 12 lightning, 15 piercing.
As it struggles to get away, dipping and diving just to try and outmaneuver your arrows, you steady your aim and your arrow flies on true, just heading straight through the demons. And you just see as the body hits the ground and explode into a small amount of smoke seeping into the earth.
Blessed are the peace.
Alrighty. And I think from there, we will call the session.
Hey,
Dun,
Oh, Frank.
dun.
Frank, are you okay?
Are
Hey,
you
we-
okay, Frank?
We've got Frank and Bob. They're both fine.
But Steve over there, he's fucking dead.
You look on, and two of the guards are just their skulls are being crushed in. They're just not looking good whatsoever. Their eyeballs, just blood running down from their face. But two of them, thankfully, seem to have survived.
Wait, you got any of that tape to fix them up?
Feels
Just
so
pop
good.
their eyeballs back in. It's all good. It's fine.
That's what other places how they're supposed to be. There you go.
nice.
That's a good thing.
Right. Thank you very much, everyone. We will
Yes,
see
thank
how
you.
this carries on in 2 weeks.
A lot
king's
of
been
things
murdered,
can
oh no.
happen in 2 weeks.
None of us are loyal to the king.